The Korean DOTA2 League Tier 1 Match 6 Set 3 between MVP Phoenix and BirdGang, currently tied up 1-1. The winner of this will win the series. And it looks like Wisp and Io have been removed from the pool by MVP. Well, Wisp is Io, excuse me. Wisp and I believe it was Nick's assassin got removed from the pool. And BirdGang, they're saying, listen, MVP, we're not giving you it again. We're not going to make that mistake and give you an Ember Spirit. Because MVP, when they get that hero, they tend to win. And they also remove the Visage for safe measure. Oh, MVP, Rubik first pick, and a Nature's Prophet follow-up. That's going to give MVP a good amount of pushing power. We're going to see if they... How rat does MVP want to go? Oh my gosh, I just heard the Korean commentators pronounce Raisin. Like the not so delicious food. I don't like raisins, so if you guys like them, I'm sorry, but I'm not a huge fan. As far as continued bans, looks like a removal of the Bane. He's been getting a lot of play over the past few games. And a Chen as well, being removed from the pool. I guess they don't want to give BirdGang that hero some jungle power. BirdGang removing the Doom and Slark from the pool. And MVP with a Sand King is their third pick. So another hero that can kind of do a little bit of pushing. The name of the game looks to be AoE. Well, at least for the Sand King. Not necessarily for like the Nature's Prophet. He's like pseudo AoE, I suppose, with his ultimate. The Rubik does a little bit as well. But regardless, it looks to be a pretty solid balance for MVP so far. With this Mirana. Where's BirdGang going to put this hero? Invoker, I mean, who knows where he's going to end up at. Koreans love to put this hero basically anywhere. I'd like to see him in the mid lane, but he could end up in a 1v1 lane, off lane. He could end up in the suicide lane. This really depends. And there is March drinking his Hot 6. Of course, MVP sponsored by Hot 6. A popular energy drink in Korea. I had one myself. They're actually really good. It's kind of like a sweeter Red Bull. A little bit less powerful on the energy side, but I think sweeter on the taste. Ooh, and a Juggernaut pickup for MVP. So yeah, Juggernaut is one of those deceptive heroes. You don't really think of him as a pusher, but he's got a lot of AoE clearage. He can provide that carrier role that you need in a lineup, and his healing ward really allows you to just push for an extended amount of time. So I'd love to see maybe like a Shadow Shaman pickup as the last pick for MVP. Maybe even a Venomancer. We'll see how BirdGang wants to handle this. They could maybe fit a Venomancer in the lineup. They're lacking a lot of stuns. MVP's got a good amount of disable. And BirdGang really just has the arrow from Mirana, which is not always that reliable stun. It's a skill shot. Then you have the Invoker as well, which has, you know, Cold Snap, Tornado, and stuff. They're going to pick up Shadow Demon. I wonder if Tenbird's going to play this hero. He's probably going to end up in the off lane, because MVP and BirdGang have both been just switching up the roles a lot, trying to improve performance. And Tenbird's thinking, oh, but I really want to play Shadow Demon. I love this hero. What do I do? The final ban for MVP will be the Bounty Hunter. He can certainly make Nature's Prophet's life very annoying. And BirdGang also doesn't have really a guaranteed offlaner. This is probably going to be a position 1 Mirana with Shadow Demon support for the arrow setup. Oh, and a Magnus that Heen, I would love to see Heen on the Magnus because he played an amazing Magnus against Blitz earlier on in the KDL. He just straight up won the lane. And the last pickup, it's going to be, once again, Clockwork. Tenbird really enjoying playing on that hero. He's played that hero, I think, over the past 3 games now, even outside of KDL. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final match of the night. MVP Phoenix versus BirdGang. Who's going to be the winner? We're going to go ahead and find out. It's time to move into the match. Korean Dota 2 League, casted by Whiplash. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final Tier 1 match of the night. Set 3, MVP Phoenix, BirdGang, winner takes all. Loser leaves with nothing. The winner getting $5,000 for the match. So the stakes are high for each series. And $2,000 for Tier 2. And then you get an extra $1,000 basically whenever you stack a consecutive win. And that bonus also stacks. BirdGang still looking to pick up their first win in the KDL. MVP Phoenix, 1-1. Two of the most skilled teams in Korea as well.
전투가 시작됩니다.
Ryzen once again on the Rubik. And Heen. He's playing actually as the Juggernaut. So not in the support role this game. Man, these Korean teams, man, they can't decide what they want to play. They really can't. What lane you're going to be in, what hero you're going to play. And basically, you know, you have to take the stats, just throw them out the window because these heroes and players switch out every week. Sometimes teams even get changed around. Look, like Carl's in the mid lane. He was in the mid last time as well, but in game number 1, he was in the off lane. And Heen was support in game number 2. Okay, well, DD activated. Double damage. March just chilling in the off lane. Ooh, Fabi. Oh, he's gonna go for the courier snipe. Oh, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Down it goes. Oh my gosh. That is the worst feeling ever. That is, you never want that to happen. Carl's gonna have such a hard time in this lane. Normally the Magnus, he can do good. Fabi's gonna even disrupt and force away March for the time being. So MVP to the Shadow Demon. Not the team like most valuable player. Fabi with the plays, But MP still holding the reins in the mid lane for BirdGang. And of course, we're going to see Tenbird on the Clockwork in the off lane. JYU handling the carry role. So at least some semblance of last game as far as roles go. Ooh, tornado. Carl under fire. Will we see a first blood? Ah! Fabi just shy of being in range. So, man, this This Magnus is just hurting. It really is. He doesn't have his bottle because it got sniped earlier on, thanks to that Shadow Demon smoke, which was next level tactics. He's even helping out a little bit in the mid lane, just roaming around, doing what he can. Juggernaut getting free farm in the top lane, but Invoker is the one that has the most last hits at this point. Mirana close behind, and everyone else just kind of straggling for a few last hits here and there. And Forab doing a bit of stacking, seeing if he can grab the creeps and take away experience from the clock. Clock saying no way, as I'm not sure if he got the creep pull there. I think he may have. Camera does not want to focus on that, though. Wow, Carl actually forced the walk home and teleport back to the mid lane. MP, utter dominance in the mid. Ooh. All right, well, the courier is back, and it's a flying one this time around. No high chances of it getting sniped. As we pass the 4-minute 20-second mark in the match, a little bit of smoke. Here comes MVP. MP could be in trouble. Can we see a lift? Are we going to see Nature's Prophet teleport in? No, we're not. MP remains safe for the time being. And Heen just farming away in the mid lane. Uh-oh. Tenbird. Overextension. Heen gets the kill and first blood. Heen's got to be quite happy about that. So I think Tenbird is like, he's basically giving up kills early on in the game, every single game. He's not doing too amazingly off lane. Maybe he should move back towards that mid lane role. And EMP hitting MVP. But Carl, he's got the bottle. He's doing a little bit of crowing action. Throwing out a shockwave, just being annoying. And I'm just glad they nerfed bottle crowing, because Magnus was just one of those insane bottle crowing heroes back in the day. It was a change for the better, I believe. Slowing down the speed of the courier. Keeping it kind of, you know, under control at least. It's still a viable tactic, but there are drawbacks. Miss on the shockwave, unfortunately for Carl. MP gonna get a few hits in. Nature's Prophet. He's being pinged on. In comes Febby. Are we gonna see a disruption? Oh, just slightly out of range. He had it. He had it, but the cast canceled at the last second, and Carl in a lot of trouble. He's out of mana, he's out of health. He's trying to juke back and forth, but it's not enough. MP securing the kill. Carl is unfortunately giving it up. And Heen getting another kill on Tenbird. So I have to say, after watching the first two games, not a huge fan of Carl in the mid, not a huge fan of Tenbird in the off lane. Maybe they can prove themselves later on, but I mean, if you're dying solo 1v1 versus a Blade Master, the Juggernaut, Blade Master's his Warcraft 3 name, I guess. It's not the best place to be. Carl skewers out of there, avoids death, but still gets mana burned, and man, it's just gotta hurt. Oh, MVP, he moves in, gets the stun, and here's gonna be the follow-up with Rubik as well. Tornado keeping them alive. There's a shockwave, there's your death onto the Shadow Demon. But there's a lot of low health on MVP's side, and Carl actually needs to be really careful. Oh, one more hit. Is it going to be good enough? No. High ground, missing chance. MVP. Luck is on their side. And Carl gets a regeneration rune. The luck continues. He's going to move back towards the mid lane. In comes Heen as well. And there's a ward. It's good enough. Invoker falls. But the action's not over yet. Febi's coming in. It's going to do some damage. Carl, though, skewering back. Uses his ultimate. Are we also going to see a shockwave? Indeed, we are. Febi low on health. He's going to turn it around, though. Down goes the Juggernaut. Ryzen's going to be next. Gets a lift on JYU. This is absolute madness. Back and forth in the mid lane. But when all is said and done, the points end at 3-4. MVP with a slight lead. Overextensions. After overextensions, wow. And you know what? MVP may not be done with this. Forev could be moving towards the mid lane to get a stun. Forev? Uh-oh, Carl. He's gonna have to go heal up. I think he has to probably go home. Also, notice how he's not walking directly home. He's kind of taking the side path. He wants to avoid potential rockets coming from Tenbird. That's why he's doing that. Otherwise, he would just walk kind of straight home. Because if you get under 10% health with the Ancient Apparition alt debuff on you, you die. You freeze to death. It's a more terrible fate than, I guess, well, insert some type of Frozen movie pun here. I don't know where I was going with that. But regardless, Sky is working on a mechanism. Instead of going for that fast Agnum Scepter, so far, Mirana and Invoker tied up in the last hits. Nature's Prophet and the Juggernaut and the Magnus as well, pretty close together. 34 to 40 last hits respectively. Everyone else pretty low on the last hits. Oh, MP Tornado, EMP follow-up. Carl is low on health. He skewers out of there. They don't get him. It's really close. In comes the rest of MVP, immediately moving in onto MP. Is it enough? I don't think so. Out comes the ultimate, killing the Shadow Demon almost instantly. Heen's got to get out of there, though. Using a healing ward, stun follow-up on JYU. He leaps away. I'll bring the popcorn because this is an action-packed movie. You gotta wonder, if you spin that fast, how dizzy are you going to be after you finish a Juggernaut spin? That's food for thought. Well, I am curious to see if this Nature's Prophet has a Midas. I think he'll have one pretty soon if he doesn't already. Drums now on the Juggernaut and the Mirana. So drums enabled for both teams. Also phase boots and a magic wand for, well, for both of those characters. Both the Mirana and the Juggernaut. Looks like a early Yule's most likely for, or a Force Staff. Probably, I'm imagining it's Yule's, but it could certainly be a Force Staff for the Invoker. Actually, it probably is going to be the Force Staff. Man, QW Invoker. If I was Magnus, I would be like, I give up on this matchup. I just want to go home and sit in the tower or in the fountain all day and spam Shockwave from there. Because he is not accomplishing too much. It's just got to be such an annoying lane to face. And MVP, they're actually going to work on the top tower. They may end up getting it. And they're going to back up. Oh, just barely avoiding the Ice Blast from the Ancient Apparition. And yeah, there's the Force Staff for the Invoker. And Tenbird has a bottle. Naked Boots, not much else to his name. He's been hurting on farm, hasn't gotten too much. The Magnus has at least gotten 40 last hits, but still not amazing. And Urn now online for the Shadow Demon. As far as net worth goes, the Mirana and Invoker are leading the fray. I believe that tower is in deny range. It's at 135 health. Oh, MP. In comes the tornado. But the spin. Magic immunity, no magic drain. So currently, for the 6 between BirdGang and MVP, the Phoenixes with a bit of an advantage. 14 minutes raises the clock. Carl's still in this middle lane, trying to get a little bit of farm. It is strange to see the Ancient Apparition going for the early mech over just trying to get an Agnum Scepter. But I suppose he's maybe gotten a little bit more farm than the Shadow Demon, and if they need that mech up online early, then they might as well get it. And Goldwise BirdGang is leading by a decent amount. Not insanely large, but a good amount. Tenbird with the Invisibility Rune. Looking for some blood. He's about the last person you want to have hooked in your cogs unless he's mana burned. Oh. Tenbird. Is he going to go for the hook? That's such a ballsy move if he tries to do it. March. Doing some cliff jungling. Alright, we have some TPs towards the mid lane. A little bit of an early stun. And that puts Sand King in a very tough position. EMP'd and then just killed to death. And also Ryzen, he gets hooked on, but tossed out of there. Ryzen with the follow-up arrow on him. Down he falls. Out goes the shockwave, scaring away the rest of BirdGang. But they still, that's a 2-for-1. Ancient Apparition, I think, died in a different area. While the Sand King and Rubik died in mid. A little bit of a misplay by Ryzen. Oh. Tenbird, he's in a lot of trouble, actually. He's got that double damage, yeah. He's not going to survive. Shockwave to the face as he falls. Oh, but the Ice Blast hits 3 of those heroes. MP actually could get near them, slow them, maybe even pick off somebody. But he is afraid of a potential Sentry Ward. So he will back off for the time being. It looks to be Yule's as the follow-up from the Invoker, however. MVP starting a push on the mid tower. They do have the healing ward, keeping their team nice and alive. Oh, Febby, he gets put in a bad place. Skewered back into the main team fight, but Carl low on health. The Ice Blast is good on him as well. March trees himself, trying the TP out of there, but the high ground vision's good enough. Tenbird, can he get the kill on Farev? Yes, indeed he does. March summoning a few treants before falling. MVP Phoenix in retreat. And BirdGang looking like they could potentially get a mid tower. Heen up in the top. That's just going to do a little bit of farming. Rubik now has some mana boots. Help provide additional support to his team. And there's a Blink Dagger on the Magnus. Spots JYU, in comes forward. Look at that RP on 4 different heroes, and they get sent back to the tower. Look at that, the shockwave, the AoE damage. It's just way too much for BirdGang to handle as they lose 4 players. JYU, his jump's on cooldown. He's gonna fall. There's nothing stopping MVP Phoenix. That's an entire team wipe. Carl looking pretty happy after that engagement. That's gonna be a tier 1 tower. BirdGang. Oh, that's gotta hurt. No one's gonna be happy about that on BirdGang's end. Magnus, why did he pick up a Midas? What? Casual Midas, 15 minutes in, 18 minutes in Midas? Maybe that was a mistake. We'll see. Well, MVP, despite the full team wipe, they don't really, they even up the game. They actually get a gold advantage after that. And a pretty solid experience advantage, up to 3K. Yeah, that Midas is for real. Man, is this the cockiest Midas ever or what? Yeah, it is, because Carl is gonna fall. He is out of there. See you later. And oh, Febby, he gets hit by a nice arrow though. Stolen by the Rubik, but in comes Tenbird with the hook on Ryzen. He's gonna get lifted up in range of the tower. And Heen's gonna follow up as well. Slashes him to pieces, but MVP, that Rubik may end up dying to the Ice Blast. He's low on health. Looks like he'll survive. What an intense back and forth game. There is just... The fights are fierce. The force is strong on the Koreans for Dota 2. Alright. Tornado hits the creeps. But no hero there to make things interesting, unfortunately. Alright, so Invoker moving into a Silent Staff. Name escaped me for a second. The Orchid of Malevolence. Necro 2 online as well for the Nature's Prophet. So MVP Phoenix, they do have the superior push lineup. A lot of creep clearing wave power. A lot of minions they can use. Well, at least as far as the Nature's Prophet is concerned. And there's the mech online for the Ancient Apparition. Tornado out. Holy crap, look at the range on that thing. That's like a 3,000 range. Carl doing a little bit of creep stacking at the Ancients. He does get the stack. Juggernaut well on his way towards his first core item. And Agnum Scepter. Buff up that ultimate. Oh, out comes the Tornado. Grazes Heen, doesn't actually hit him. This tower is going to get denied, though. MP confirming the deny. Where's Carl at, man? I want to see him get some 4-player RP skewers. That's what I want to see. And Tenbird on his way to a 4-staff. Still got a bit of a ways to go. But he is getting there. And there's the Orchid for... Ooh, trying to kill the courier. But it's gonna escape as well as JYU. I think it's time for MVP to start pushing. Taking some fights. They're looking pretty strong. They have the better team fight, in my opinion. As long as they don't all get hit like a Tornado EMP, then they're kind of screwed. Because you have no mana after that. Desolator pickup on the Mirana. So that's going to be a lot of extra damage available to BirdGang. They do have a somewhat tanky front line, though, with the Juggernaut, Healing Ward, and just the Magnus. Overall, quite the tanky character. Well, Shadow Demon grabs the smoke as Tenbird grabs a Force Staff on the Clockwork. As far as lane control goes, Tornado, just casual Tornado scout to Roshan. But MVP Phoenix with pretty much lane control across the board. I believe we're going to have a Black King bar pretty soon for the Magnus as well. Invoker looking for somebody to pick off. He's looking for prey. And March could be that prey. In comes the rest of BirdGang. Uh-oh. This is not going to be good for March. He's getting... Oh. Yep. He is out of here. Well, whoa. Oh, okay, never mind. He's dead. Forev, though, comes in. 4 steps away. MP wasting the ultimate Tornado up in the air. Forev. That's unfortunate for him. Ace Ruin in the bottom lane. Ryzen's gonna grab it. Using a dust as well. Just making sure somebody's not there that's invisible. MP starting the chip away at the top. Tenbird not far off as well. The Treants and Summon Minions just being annoying, forcing MP back. Oh, but that Rocket Flare did kill off those workers, or those Treants. Oh, forward blink into a Bro Strike. Ultimate hitting a lot of BirdGang, and wow, Heen just going to town. Stun follow-up. Carl, though, skewer in the wrong direction. He's going to get frozen up as well. No, he's actually just going to die. And all of a sudden, MVP. It's somewhat of an even trade. 2 for 2. Sky stuck in the trees. But I don't think there's going to be a follow-up. MVP. Oh, nice arrow. Hit Sky. Oh, whoa, Ryzen. Oh, almost. He dodged the arrow, but he couldn't dodge the death. And he all of a sudden is in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's stuck in the Tornado. He's going to die. BirdGang churning this around. That was a very good trade, and March could be next. This is not a position to be in. Oh, he's so slowed, but wait, look at this. JYU, can he pick him up? He gets the kill. Still dies, but the best trade he could hope for. The action just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. These teams are quite evenly matched. So currently the score, 15-19. Phoenix still in the lead ever so slightly. But BirdGang showing that these team fights can still go their way. It's going to come down to execution. We did see kind of a mess up with the skewer. Carl kind of sending his opponent into the graces of his own tower. So I'm sure he was happy about that. Mirana probably working into a Black King bar next. Indeed she is. Well, Carl, his blink's ready. Maybe looking to get a kill on somebody, but it's not happening. MP as well is looking for someone. He wants to get a kill. March just doing a little bit of farming. He has his level 3 Necro Minion finished up. And Force Staff finished as well for the Nature's Prophet. Okay, Invoker. Access to the double damage rune. Is he spotted yet? That's the question. Oh, and they come indeed. He is spotted. Once again, though, the skewer. It's single-handedly keeping MP alive. Are we going to see a silence follow-up as well? Oh, the tornado. Ward down. Kill confirmed, but I hope MVP slap around Carl after that skewer because it's hurting them, and that's the second time it's happened. Oh, March. Force Staff out of the trees. Bit of a useless CC. Smoke. A little bit of counter warding. MVP, are they going to go for the Roshan kill? That seems to be the next clear target for them. Rocket is shot over there, but I don't really know if they can actually stop the Roshan kill. If they had Invoker, I'd say yes. But really, the only thing that's going to hit them is the Ancient Apparition ult. It doesn't even hit Heen. It hits March. It's going to be annoying, but it's not going to be enough to stop MVP from getting this Roshan kill. Carl taking a bit of damage. Oh, arrow hitting Carl. The healing ward comes out. Carl getting healed up quite fast. Tornado moves out from Ryzen. Roshan, he's almost dead, but Invoker is back. And the Treant scaring away the rest of BirdGang. And the Aegis goes the Heen. Out comes the MP Tornado. It's going to remove Sand King's usefulness for the time being. As he is out of mana. Without mana, he can't ult. He can't burrow strike in. He's just kind of a poor man's right clicker with a little bit of AoE clear. Ooh, Tornado graces them, but it's a good ultimate, and holy crap, BirdGang losing 2 of their members almost instantaneously. The burst from MVP can't be underestimated. They're going to follow this up with a tier 2 tower in the mid lane. And things are starting to look down for BirdGang. Spamming the defend icon on the middle tower. MVP, they're moving into the tier 3. And there's no fortification available for BirdGang. It's do or die for the Gang of Birds. MP looking for the perfect tornado EMP. I think they're waiting for the perfect timing. Heen, he's forced away. Oh, and he's slowed. Silence. But there's the follow-up from MP. In he goes to the disruption, but Carl's around as well. Heen, is he going to be able to survive? He's currently spinning around. Will he dodge the EMP? The Aegis is popped. The Juggernaut's down. Everyone else is alive. Back he comes. Silenced again. The DPS is good on him. Out comes an anti-ultimate from Ryzen, but still, Juggernaut is down. Heen is down. MVP at the same time. They're doing a little bit of split pushing with the Nature's Prophet in the top lane. The rest of BirdGang come to do some defense. When it's all said and done, we have 2 towers that are quite low on health. 2 dead heroes and 1 popped Aegis. And a caster that's losing his voice. Too much intensive action happening. They're looking for March. 4 staffs away. Creating some more trees to try to the cover his tracks, but it doesn't matter. Silenced, cold snapped, right click to death. Down you go, March. So MVP, despite a very large gold lead and a solid experience league, BirdGang, they're staying in it. They managed to defend on the high ground. They did take a lot of tower damage. That is one big concern. Ooh. All right. This Magnus is definitely going for a refresher orb. And Carl, I feel like he's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes he's able to make really big plays, and other times he kind of fumbles around. His RPs have been great this game. They have been fantastic. No one can deny that. But his skewers, I think his team told him to stop using those after a while. Scythe of Vice on the Invoker. So some extra disables in the form of a Sheep Stick online for BirdGang. And Carl just throwing out a little bit of those creeps. And I think that's going to be his refresher orb. Indeed it is. What an interesting item combination. But hey, he's got it. He's got the refresher orb. I want to see some big plays now. It's time for the big plays. The 18-minute Midas coming into fruition. Hey man, he's starting to hit like a truck as well. 240 damage per hit. So the final tier 2 tower for BirdGang stands. MVP looked poised to take it. Out comes an Ice Blast, but not even that's going to stop MVP from pushing. Too many units, too many creeps. Denial on the mid tower. No, actually, I think JYU got it. MVP smoked up. A Scythe of Vice, Sheep Stick available. In comes the Blink Stun. Look at that. There's a skewer I'm looking for. Down goes Sky almost instantaneously. MP forced the TP home. Out comes the arrow. Is it going to get a hit? And misses the mark. So they're going to have to try to defend this without the Ancient Apparition. So the tower is starting to go under fire. Ooh, Demonic Purge. I think that's the first Demonic Purge I have seen this game. But Heen's going to be alright. He has the Healing Ward to help him out. And it's time for March to do a little bit of Rat Dota, split pushing. Roshan's right around the corner, though. Back in a minute or two. And I guess when you pick up the Magnus, Battle Fury is included. Battery is not included. Well, Battle Fury is. Manta Style now online for the Juggernaut. Roshan's just about ready to re-enter his pit. 30 seconds left. The score 18-23, 38 minutes into the match. It's been a very explosive game. Carl, he is waiting, man. He is just waiting. Out comes the tornado. EMP. Will it connect? No. The spin from Keen is good. No arrow connection. The question is, does BirdGang know about Carl stuck in the trees? Do they realize what's going on? He is just waiting for the perfect opportunity for just one too many heroes clumped up. And he's going to skewer them back. RP and RP skewer. And during this entire time, Nature's Prophet just passively pushing that top lane, while the rest of MVP applies a lot of pressure in the bottom. And March now deciding to join the rest of his team. Ooh, Tenbird close to getting hit by that arrow, but he will dodge it. EMP. March just summoning some extra treants to help out. Ooh, Carl blinked in, but this is a big mistake. He is just getting blown to bits. MVP lose their initiator, but it looks like the fight, it's already forced to start. Forev now in a not so great position. That is a 2-for-0. BirdGang, their patience paying off. And MVP, they're forced to run away. Tail between their legs. Oh, Ryzen escaping. MP moving across the map pretty aggressively. Oh, Ryzen. Down he falls. MP has just been doing a great job at ganking throughout the course of this game. And Carl picking up some boots of travel, getting rid of the mana boots. Doesn't really need them at this point in the game. Manta Style now online for the Mirana. And a Black King bar for the Nature's Prophet. Roshan is finally back around. MVP looking to get their third Aegis as well as a cheese. Hastrin pickup. March still trying to do a bit of rat Dota. But he hasn't really been able to do too much besides get the tower. And Carl, he's set up in position. And Scene just kind of solo picks off the Roshan. Rocket Flare across. Okay, here comes Moonlight Shadow. This is going to be potentially the big fight. And away goes MVP, slowed slightly by that cold.
레디언트 상부 병영이 공격받고 있습니다.
Even the couriers in on the action. That courier may actually die. He's not careful.
죽었습니다.
Well, they got the courier. That was a big mistake by BirdGang, and now they're going to also give up Roshan. From the look of things, Rocket Flare, Ice Blast joining as well. Sunblast trying the hit. Whiff's not going to connect with anybody. And he gets the Aegis. Where's the cheese, though? That's the real question. Was that the second? That could have been the second Roshan kill. Then I could have sworn they got it 2 times before. Someone, maybe they picked up the cheese really fast. All right, MVP. 21-23. Moving towards the bottom lane. With the Aegis once again. They gotta try to take out this tower if possible. It's low on health. They should be able to get a few right clicks in. Out comes the tornado. That's a tower as well. Fortification used, and yeah, that's gonna fall. Tower goes to Heen. Oh, Carl uses a skewer. Handa uses 1 reverse polarity, but it doesn't really accomplish much. He's sheeped, he's completely disabled. Aegis is popped, but at the same time, 1 Rax falls, the second looking to be the next target, spinning away. Heen looks to survive another day, but oh, maybe not for long. Yeah, he's gonna die actually. And there's the second reverse polarity, but Carl, he's forced to run away following that. Tornadoed into the air. BirdGang, they're gonna defend. They do lose a tower. They lose 1 of the racks, but they kill off 4 members of MVP.
레디언트 하부 병영이 공격받고 있습니다.
There's a lot of buyback available for Phoenix, but they still have all of their tier 2 towers to help them defend. Look at that. Experience is actually in BirdGang's favor. They've managed to turn this around. Not entirely, mind you, but they're in it. They're still in it. And they get the Sand King kill as well. That's an entire team wipe. No buyback for the Sand King. March is buying back. He's going to do a little bit of Rat Dota, forcing a ping. Defensive, man, if you want to play dirty, this is how you do it. Hit with the Ice Blast and Cold Feet. He does manage to trade for a tower, though. Excuse me, for a barracks. And he's going after the next one. And BirdGang at the same time, forcing out the fortification. Can they get the tower? Can they even up the racks?
레디언트 하부 병영이 파괴되었습니다. 다이어의 중부 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Losing those barracks are really going to hurt BirdGang. But if they can hold on for a little bit longer, get another good team fight, they can try to throne it. They can try to make something happen. This Invoker, 11, 3, and 10. MP has been on point this game. A little bit of ancient clearing for MVP Phoenix. Pretty much all of the items that are needed on both ends have been acquired. I mean, what else is Magnus going to really get? If you want to put a Battle Fury on him, maybe you can do that. Butterfly for the Mirana. So Mirana is going to go into pretty hard carry mode at this point. This is where she becomes very dangerous. Rocket Flare revealing the majority of MVP. There's about an equal amount of buyout of rebuys on both ends. BirdGang, they're smoked and now invisible. Rocket Flare out. This could be the turning point for MVP, or for BirdGang. But they're at Dota, it's strong. Tenbird comes out, instant spin. He's stuck. What's gonna be his follow-up? In comes Sand King though, Tenbird, he's gonna die. And the slashes, they're just slowly tearing away JYU the pieces. But it's not enough, the butterfly keeping him alive, allowing the kill. And Carl trying to finish off the Ancient Apparition. Look at how low Marana is. But she gets the arrow, kills off the Sand King, and March is doing it for MVP. All of the barracks are dead. Super creeps enabled. I think that's gonna be it. BirdGang, there's no coming back from this. Even if they kill all of MVP Phoenix, the creeps are gonna do their work. Buyback already happened from the Juggernaut, and now it's going to happen from the Magnus. Boots of Travel bought by both the Marana and the Shadow Demon. It's turned into the most desperate situation possible. Oh, where's the Phantom Lancer when you need him? All right, BirdGang. I think they're gonna go for it. They're moving in. It's all or nothing for BirdGang. Oh, that's gonna be a good ultimate for Evlon help, but he burrow strikes out. Carl skewers away, and MVP, they're running away to their fountain, but in comes Heen. He's trying the DPS away as much as Tenbird as possible. He gets knocked off by the Nature's Prophet ultimate. Sheep on JYU as well. MVP, the defense, it's looking pretty darn successful. Ancient Apparition trying to defend at home. But the creeps, they're mega creeps, they're coming in waves. There's only so much you can do. Even Carl now joining the fight. Wow, that ultimate actually did a lot of damage. Carl could end up dying. Oh no, oh! Yeah, he's dead. He dead. But March, continuing his lineage as a rat player. Oh, the arrow! It's gonna connect. March, he will probably fall, but the creeps, the main base, it's at half health. What can BirdGang really do at this point? They have 2 members down. There's also 2 down for Phoenix. They can pull away the creeps, but this is just a ticking time bomb for BirdGang. There's nothing they can really do at this point. And here comes the rest of MVP going straight for the throne. This is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing at all that BirdGang can do to save their Tree of Life. Even the fortification is used. Ryzen's going to fall. Ultimate coming out from Heen. Well, that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. GG! What a game. What a match. What a close series between MVP Phoenix and BirdGang. What an amazing series. That is Korean Dota 2 for you. The games keep getting better and better. Color me impressed. That was a match. And you know what, BirdGang? They put up a great fight. In the end, they lost, but they can't be too disappointed about this series in general. It was a really good back and forth series. MVP in the end. A very clutch victory